Hello. Okay, got the mic working. Um. Okay. So we're doing Wait, what is okay? We're gonna be doing severe weather coverage plus tropical storm Debby. It's gonna be mainly tropical storm Debby, just because it's gonna be the main thing. Because there's not even a severe thunderstorm running. I don't think, at least. Um. But yeah, we're gonna be doing coverage. How much the warning counts wrong? That was yeah, 7. Okay. So we're going to be covering severe weather plus the tropical storm, as this is going to be moving toward South Carolina. So we're going to do this early, and then we should be good, and we're not going to be covering this thing again. Okay. We have a bunch of flash flood warnings, and I wouldn't be shocked if we have a flash flood emergency today, because we still have a high risk. We had a couple of those back when it was in Florida, but we don't anymore. I did see. Where is this? This is around the red in this area. This I saw this storm. So this is. It looks impressive, but there's nothing really happening. I'm sure there's not a severe thunderstorm running with this storm, but yeah. Let's head back to the main focus today. Let me put satellite tropical storm Debby. Actually, it's just a mess right now. So, and right now this was a little earlier, so it's probably a little stronger, but so 6 mile per hour winds is right now what they're saying. No. Okay. We'll be live here for a little bit, and then we'll probably end off here. And it seems like it's trying to intensify right before it gets to landfall here, the second landfall. So that's what we're probably going to be dealing with, as it's going to intensify a little bit, but it looks a lot more impressive than it did earlier. Because, yeah. It was like just a couple clouds. These are gonna be like the outer bands that are right over here. So we'll be watching that. For some reason, there's like 16 trillion storms over here, and look at this. Like, you have tropical storm 6. For some reason, isn't this supposed to be tropical storm something? Okay. What? Typhoon Mario? What? Okay, I'm not. But yeah, we have a lot of stuff happening over there. I feel like we should be having the same activity in the Atlantic, which is good, because these storms, like, when are these storms ever going to make landfall? Really, like, the chances are very low. Should I put the storm all the way over here near Japan, which is interesting. This is not the main focus. I'm just saying that's kind of weird that we're having that much storms. So Brandon Kovic's over here. You have Corey Gherkin and Vince Welty right here, waiting for landfall to happen. Storm surge is really not the main thing today. It's like 1 to 3 feet, but it's something to keep an eye out. And it's been dumping rain in South Carolina and Georgia for the last couple of days. South Georgia, you're probably out of the hook now. I don't know why my voice is not really ready for. Okay. So here's the storm right now. It is making its way up to South Carolina. I thought it was going to make landfall in like Charleston area. Or wait, where is Charleston? Charleston. Oh yeah, it's going to make landfall east of Charleston. So Charleston, you're probably going to get some winds. It's not going to be the most significant winds though. So there it is. Let's look at the Charlotte. You can definitely see those clouds over there, which that will be covering that soon. But and the distance we saw in that camera was this. So that's what we're going to be covering And then we're probably gonna end it off, and then we'll just crumple all those things up about Debbie and throw it in the trash can. We do not need to be covering this no more because, you know, Tropical Storm Debby is going to do nothing after landfall. Basically, we're just covering this to let people know. And so if you're in South Carolina, like in the southern part, not that, but kind of in the southeast part of South Carolina, based off, like you're saying this the southern part and kind of in the southern east part is where it makes landfall. We do have flash flood warnings all around, which we'll be covering. It doesn't look that impressive, but we'll be waiting. And so it's not going to be looking like this probably the next time we go live because I am making upgrades to the system. You won't see them yet. At least I'm trying to. Might be a while because I'm going to be upgrading the system for a while because for next spring and for this hurricane season, so we can prepare for that. So this is a camera in Charlotte football club. Definitely see those clouds over there, and it's actually pretty windy there itself. Because you see those trees rocking. So we're watching this. So these are the outer bands. We do have a 5% chance of tornadoes with this. So we'll be watching that. It'll come in tropical depression around tomorrow at 8 p.m. And then continue up for a long time, probably affecting people in kind of in this portion. How 35 mile per hour. So you probably just see some gusty winds if you're in like Pennsylvania, New York, the metro northeast area. So that's probably what you will see. We have a new severe thunderstorm warning in Utah. Let's go look at that. Yeah, we can't because tomorrow it's something else. Alright. We have a new severe thunderstorm warning. And I think we need to watch this northern one. And even this one. Kind of has like that. And then this one has kind of a interesting look too. And on the velocity, kind of doesn't. I do think there's a chance of rotation and rotation there. We might see a tornado possible attack with this potentially. So if you're in this warning, make sure you get indoors. And for some reason you get a tornado warning, just take everything seriously. We don't need that. You can see on this. So you see this is heading this direction. And this is heading this direction. So I'm assuming that this is heading this direction. So the middle is probably around this area where those winds are. And make sure to share the stream on social media so you can get this information out. We're going to be covering this probably for the next hour and then hopping off. We do have these outer bands that will be probably doing tornado warnings. There were tornado warnings earlier. So we'll be covering if there is tornado warnings. We're covering that. I wonder where Brandon Cook's going because he's all the way up here. And there is a flash flood warning, right? And you have some storms up here doing some flash flooding. We'll be watching that. And there's this flash flood warning. Observed considerable. So, in southwest of Statesboro, it's pretty small. In this area, you're gonna have some significant flash flooding. It seems like, and this kind of along the outer bands of this, and we might see some tornadoes with these as well. But I'm pretty sure we probably won't because the main focus is like this area. Let's go to the SPC outlook, because we do have a 5% chance of tornadoes in this area. And then tomorrow we do have a 5% as well. Tomorrow could be potentially significant as well. Not saying but we could have a lot of tornadoes tomorrow. as it already is at 5%. If any of these days, like Barrel for some reason goes to 10%, we will be live for covering tornadoes that Debby was caused. This will probably be the final stream covering Debby. So that's as I said. Definitely can see. So it's right around this area. It's been just kind of stalling out in this area, causing a lot of flooding in this area. Which, good thing, it's gonna go a lot faster because it's gonna get to here in like 3 days. If we go to the cone, so we've been talking about this for a while. So our first stream was like here around there. And look at this. Look at the path. It wasn't really a hurricane for that long. I do think it kind of going a little more eastward was the best case scenario because it was a lot weaker and it got a lot early landfall. We really didn't cover landfall as most of the area was on land. It was projected to kind of hit this area like the Big Bend area, but it kind of went a little more eastward. Still an area, but it made it less. The winds were not that high. It was projected to be like 85 miles per hour winds right before landfall. My voice is not. It's not ready today. I don't like this. For some reason, I was prepared. So, it was a hurricane, and then here it is now. It's still a tropical storm. It's been a tropical storm since southwest of the Keys. So, it's been a couple days. We've been covering this for a long time. Ever since the 5th or 4th. I think it was 4th, yeah. Or is it the 3rd? That's not the point. But, it's been, as you see, it's been stalling for a while. As it has been moving. I wish this would have kind of head off. It took the turn and just exited. And we didn't have to worry about it. Just affects fish. But it decided to take a turn to go in the same area, the lane, like the flash flooding. I thought even some gusty ones. And did we get a new update or some sort, or is this just? I don't know. It hits all the way up into Canada. It's kind of like Barrel. It's a very similar storm, but it wasn't a category 5 out here. I do think what stopped this is it going over so much. If it went like a little north, it might have had a chance to being a stronger storm. Good thing it didn't. Wait, so we got a new update. It'll make landfall at 2 a.m., maybe midnight around there. So this is the last update. It's about right there. So in 7 hours, it'll start reaching land. So we have we have a flash flood emergency. A flash flood. And this is not even in the area. Okay. Alright, so if you're just tuning in, we have a flash flood emergency. Not even in Georgia. So we're going to be covering this for just a couple of minutes. This is in Colorado. Where is this? What just happened? I did not notice. Probably because, so let me do something. Alright. Shares can be of a flash flood emergency, and what just happened to Radar Omega? Sorry about that. August. Okay, let me. So we have a flash flood emergency now. So this is great. We're all over the place now. We've been covering for about 16 minutes, and we now have a flash flood emergency. So let's head over. No. We're back on the radar here. Oh, wait. Alright, it's still working. So we have a flash flood emergency now so it's east of Drake, Little Dam, Cedar Cove, Midway. I did not expect this at all. It is radar indicated. This is a particularly dangerous situation. Damage threat catastrophic. So flash flood emergency for Alexander Mountain. Flash flood warning for Alexander Mountain. Burned, scarred, remains until 5 p.m. So, how long is this? Okay, so it expired 2 hours. Producing heavy rain. Between 0.3 and 0.6 inches of rain has fallen. Additionally, rainfall amounts of 0.2 to 0.5 inches in the warned area. Flash flooding it's ongoing or expected to begins shortly. Okay. Flash flood emergency. No going outside. Move to higher grounds now. Go upstairs and do something. No going downstairs. Just abandon the downstairs. And we have a severe thunderstorm running right next to this. So we have a flash flood emergency now. So it's gonna be another crazy event. And then we have this. So we probably should be covering this except the tropical storm. But we're gonna head back to our tropical storm here. Let me change something. Okay. So we do have some flash flood warnings in observed and conservable, so we could see a potential flash flood emergency over here as well. Not happening now. So if you're just tuning in, we have a flash flood emergency in Colorado and even more flash flooding happening in South Carolina, and we have a tropical storm making land 2 a.m. Wondering when these. So the Alabams were doing some tornado warnings, like they had some tornado warnings earlier. I do not know how to talk today. I'm saying doing tornado warnings. Like what? Someone teach me how to talk. Don't know how to talk today. Yay. So there were tornado warnings over here. When attracted, we see more. Let's check the velocity, see if there's any potentially rotating areas. I don't think there is. Not really anything. So back to our flash flood emergency. As I really didn't expect that really at all. And radar Omega. right on my gosh, dude. Okay. So we're watching this flash flood emergency, and I didn't really expect this at all. And I don't really know, like, there's not really that much rain. It's just this area of rain. So I'm shocked there is. And we might see potentially some more. We came on here to cover flash flood warnings and stuff, and tornado warnings, and for Tropical Storm Debby, and we have flash flood emergency somewhere else different. Which is kind of interesting. Let's go look on the Charlotte Football Club. You can definitely see the clouds in the distance. Let's see if we can see anything from the Banks of America Stadium. You can definitely see the clouds. This view gives. We might. Alright, so we got 2 cameras up here. We'll be watching. Okay. So you see the tropical storm in the distance. It's not there. They might. So if you're in like Charlotte, you might see some, but nothing too significant. Some like rain, maybe some clouds, maybe even like some flash flooding. See the city. If we didn't have a city there, we could see a lot more, but you could definitely see those clouds. This is probably the most useful. And you can see a little football camp right there. So that's the temperature there. If you do comment, I'll show it on screen. Sorry guys, I can't talk today for some reason. I have absolutely no idea. Let's take down the cameras. I'm gonna have some more flash flood warnings and forgot to stay. This is New Jersey. Delaware. Okay, Delaware. I know every state. I don't know how I forgot. Like, for a while I've known them. I think we should do this right. Yeah, it's closer. So around the area of landfall would be McClenville, Collins Creek. So you're probably and now let's go look at the National Hurricane Center. Okay, top screen. We're gonna go look at National Hurricane Center. Here we go. So here's. Wait, no. Here's Debby, and then we do have another system, and it seems like it's not gonna really do anything now. Tropical Storm Debby. This is what we've been watching. Here, so. Okay, for a second I thought I accidentally did something. Okay. So if we go to, let's go to warning code. So it's going to be a storm, so it's tropical storm now, and then continue, and then around 2 a.m. Friday, it says it's going to be a tropical depression, and then continue, and it really won't affect anything, probably maybe even some the Alabama's might affect people. Some people with tornadic storms happening, as Beryl did. Beryl, I don't know about this storm because it's along the coast, so maybe even less chance. But we did have many 10% in South Indiana, Louisiana, and New York around those areas. So we did have some 10%. I don't think we will for this. Maybe some 5%, some 2%. But we do have a high. Oh. So we have another high risk day. Wow. We have another high risk day here. And this is going to be for Virginia, Southern Virginia, and portions of North Carolina. So be aware of that. And then we might even see another high risk because this day 2 was a moderate risk. I don't know. Maybe. We might see it. Rainfall potential. I see a lot more rainfall down here, and we won't see as much as you did down here as it heads up to the north and east. Peak surge, I was talking about 1 to 3 feet is what it's going to do. And let's go check back on our flash flood emergency. Wait, maybe. Okay. Stop screen. Okay, let's head back to our flash flood emergency. So if you're just tuning in, we have a tropical storm. I'm going to make landfall later tonight, and we have a flash flood emergency. We're covering both, and we're covering these storms out here. I'm shocked this storm doesn't have a 3 thunderstorm warning, because that seemed like there could be some hail and maybe some winds possible. So hopefully everybody in the flash flood emergency is upstairs or in the highest floor possible they can go. Just make sure you get the highest floor possible for this flash flood emergency. Get in the highest floor. Make sure you're not on downstairs. Get your pets up there if you do have any. Okay, let me do something. Oh, I'm gonna change the tile of the screen real quick. Here we go. What can I? Okay, well, I'm gonna change the tile of the screen real quick. Oh. Okay. Let's get back in covering. So it doesn't seem like rain's happening there, but this, like these thunderstorms, as it's coming to this flash flood emergency, might have a chance to even get some more flash flood happening in the flash flood emergency, as this little group of storms right here coming toward the area. Go. We need to keep an eye on this storm as well, as it is heading down. So this is heading down like southeast. So you're gonna have like Fort Morgan. It's in the path of this. As we're seeing, it could do flash flood emergency. So just be aware of flash flooding. I cannot talk today. Hopefully, I can talk when we have like major hurricanes or like high risk days. Hopefully, like it's always. You have a lot of rain happening right now in this area. And what way is that? So this is it's gonna be heavy. So, if you're living in Florence, you still have a little bit before you're out. And like if you're here, like and live like there for some reason, or if you live here for some reason, or if you're like if you're anywhere in this area, you live here or you're on vacation. Well, it's obvious. Or you're there, you live there. It's been different. Whatever, wherever you are. Most likely, if you're in like this, like kind of later down, you might experience a lot, like specifically kind of like in this area, you're going to be in for a lot of rain. So maybe get in the highest floor just because you might see some flash flooding happening. Because as you see the storm's rotating, it's going to head in the direction that's all this rain is heading. So just make sure you're aware of those situations like down there, because there's a lot more rain coming. So here we are on the clean LWIR on the satellite. We've been covering Debby we did a pre-landfall coverage stream, and then we did like windows on land, so we've been covering it for a while. So it's heading down here. It's gonna rotate back up. So that's what the storm is doing right now. Make sure to share the stream so we can get this information out. Alright, so you can clearly see this is heading up. This is gonna head kind of heading that direction. And you see the rotation there. So it's still rotating. Look at the GFS when a lot of people are on here. So, say back to our flash flood emergency. Shocked that we have one in this specific area, so it's kind of a mountain region. And we have new severe thunderstorm warning for some core size on 6 mile per hour winds here in Deerfield and orchard. Is that how you say it? Make sure to be indoors. And we do actually have some rotation here. Okay, we might see a potential tornado. Okay, we might have some rotation here. I think we do. Definitely can see in this area. So we need to be watching this very closely as we are any rotating storm. As you see, there is rotation right there. So we have the flash flood emergency right here. There's gonna be more rain coming, which isn't real. It's not that good at all. But it could miss though. I'm not saying it would. But if you're in a flash flood emergency, again, the highest for possible, as I've already said. And whoa, we might see some big hail with this, or yeah. And see, and this we need to keep an eye on the storm. Maybe some rotation developing here as it's moving over there to Wiggins. So Wiggins, just make sure you know. Starting to see some rotation with that. Yeah, so it's starting to see some rotation in that area right there. Tracking this. Good thing Tropical Storm Debby is a lot weaker and a lot impressive than what it was back before landfall. It actually looked like a storm. It's now like this, this, and then this. It looks like just a bunch of scattered storms all around. It looks a lot just. It just doesn't look as a tropical storm. It looked a lot. It looks a lot. Really not impressive. All right. Seems like they're good. We've looked at this camera on other streams. Maybe at the end of the stream I'll show you what I've been working on for our upgrades. Alright, I might make a new thumbnail. So I'll be covering here. So let me do something real quick. Copy. Alright, I'm gonna make a new thumbnail real quick. Let me make it bigger for some reason to start. So if you're just tuning in, we're doing coverage of a flash flood emergency and Tropical Storm Debby, as it is making its final moments before landfall and the end of it. What? Whoops. Sorry, I'm not doing anything. I'm just trying to make a thumbnail real quick. Get that. I don't know if the next time we will be going live. Probably for a tropical storm or hurricane. That's probably what I'm assuming. Because that severe weather's been very quiet for a while. So I really wouldn't expect it to pick back up. And this is just normal for August if you think about it. So, I don't. But there's going to be a pattern where a lot of people will get rain. So we need to keep. And that could be potentially a chance of severe weather. So keep an eye on that. Remember, a Enchantress plus a 5% chance of tornadoes will spark a stream. Made that a new thing. Okay. Alright, I haven't been talking. Let me. Okay, I'm about to upload the thumbnail. No, I've been talking to. Sorry about that. It's really not really that much to cover except the flash flood emergency and these 3 thunderstorm warnings and Tropical Storm Debby, but Tropical Storm Debby really isn't doing anything, I think. We'll cover the flash flood warnings in a minute, and we do have a severe thunderstorm warning down here in Arizona. I feel like every time we go live, it's in New Mexico or Arizona. Like, give a break for it. Give a break to them every time. Alright. So, here in the flash flood emergency, they will get some more rain. Hate it for them. So in the flash flood emergency, the flash emergency will get more rain coming in, which we do not want that to happen at all. And then potentially very hard rain is coming in, which is just great. Our new thumbnail will be up now. There we go. Alright, the new thumbnail's up if you just wondering. Because we could see some very significant hard rain coming to the flash flood emergency area. South and west of Fort Collins. Let's head back to Tropical Storm Debby. So here's just swirling around. We do have some flash flood warnings, considerable. So if you are under flash flood warning, just make sure to stay indoors. Make sure you're getting the highest floor possible because there's some flash flooding happening in your area. Currently, have 3 severe thunderstorm warnings, 1 flash flood emergency, and 9 flash flood warnings. We have 9 flash flood warnings. Just make sure not to go outside because it could be significant. I do think we're going to see some flash flood warnings happening in this area as a lot of rain is going to be coming into the area. So be aware of that. Been live for about 50 minutes covering this. I think the thumbnail should be there now. So if you're in this area right here, in South Carolina, you probably do need to get in higher floors because you do have even more rain coming through, and you're already under flash flood warnings. So you'll have that to experience. We do have another flash flood warning in Utah. Considerable damage, considerable setback to our flash flood emergency. And I'm still concerned about this storm right here. This storm right here. It will most likely might have a chance to go through where the flash flood emergency area is. So we've had many flash flood emergencies the last couple of days. I think we had 2. We've probably had more than 2. So, and it's either that the red or. So we do have some pretty significant hail here. I'm wondering if they are going to maybe. So you're in Deerfield, you might see some hail or maybe even some very hard rain. Of course, as hail is expected with this. So might even see even larger. I do think it might get larger because this is the closest radar. And you have this big gust of wind. I think that's what it is. That's a little area right here. You have more storms over here. And you have some more storms up there. Might even cross over the flash flood emergency area. And that area stinks. How much? 10 flash flood warnings now. When you watch these warnings over here very closely, because I do think they like these flash flood warnings very closely because they could be coming. They could become the situation that's over in Colorado. Okay, so that's something we need to watch out for. So that could be something. It could come to the same situation, like in this area. I do think we might see another potential flash flood emergency because this is not looking good. Because how it rotates, rotates around the center. Good thing it moves. Hopefully, you're going to see a lot of rain if you're in southern South Carolina. And you have, some little storms out here. So if you're just tuning in, we are doing Tropical Storm Debby and severe weather coverage, kind of, and flash flood emergency coverage. So we've been watching that for a while, and you're starting to see some more significant. So you have half-dollar size hail with this storm here. So we're just going to worry about the hail mostly for this. Let's smooth it. It doesn't even look like the storm. Make sure to share the stream because specifically in northern Colorado and South Carolina, because South Carolina will be impacted tonight in the early morning, like very early morning. And I think that people in the flash flood emergency, you might be lucky. Seems like the storm might just head off to your north, basically. But there's going to be potentially some more rain incoming. I do think, good thing for the flash flood emergency, it won't be as really hard rain. This is in the Drake and Masonville area, but the eastern part of Drake is in the flash flood emergency. Little Dam and Cedar Grove need to be on the highest floor possible in their house. Actually, yes, 3 thunderstorm warnings in Arizona, so let's go look at that. Sometimes I just don't get it. This is $50 sale. Let's go up to one of the first year thunderstorm warnings in Colorado. I think this is the one. Or yeah, this is the one. Look how hard rain that is, and that's smaller hail, which that's National Weather Service, but sometimes confusing. Some rotation with this made me see a little lowering with this storm. Set back to the satellite. Here's the HUD, and you kind of see a little bubbling here. So it's kind of starting to intensify. So it's going to intensify. Right now it's 60 and it's going to be 65. So it's going to intensify a little bit, but it won't be enough for it to become a very bad storm. Oh, or level up. It's not. Oh wait, okay. Lots of flash flooding warnings in South Carolina and North Carolina. We're gonna see some flash flooding happening in those locations. So the green box indicating flash flood warnings. So if you're in that area, make sure to get in higher floors. Some are considerable. Whoops! Accidentally turned my computer off. All right. Let me put it back on. Okay, we're back and going. Deerfield. Seems like that might be. Oh. Yeah, no, that doesn't look good. Whoa. He did get. Yeah. Look at that. That doesn't look good at all. Let's check if it has any rotation. Well, let's just do this. Viewing it. It's starting to actually do. We need to actually start watching this. Yeah, we need to start watching this. This is not a good situation developing. This is gonna head toward the Wiggins area. Wiggins, make sure you're aware. This is not a good situation at all. I didn't expect us being doing severe weather coverage. But we have to now. So if you're just tuning in, we have a potentially bad situation forming near the Wiggins area. And starting to see some rotation here. I would expect on this next severe thunderstorm warning a potential tornado possible or even a tornado warning. This is happening in Colorado right now. Hopefully in the new thumbnail help people know this is happening in Colorado as well. So we have the last update. So it's should see an update soon. For the velocity, we haven't yet. Sharon needs to stop doing. Alright. Starting to rotate here. You see the red. We've been talking about this for just a couple minutes now. I do think this might produce like at least a tornado possible. So we need to be aware of that. You can cheer if it's making like that. It's like that noise. Okay. Chair, be good. Okay. As you can see, it really didn't look like it's going to produce a tornado, and then just kind of develop a hook, and we did get a new update. It's not looking good. Hopefully we get the inflow kind of cut off there. Not a good situation for the Wiggins and Fort Morgan area. We got a new update on the velocity, and still it's kind of rotating, but it's not really rotating as it was earlier. Slow rotation. I would expect we could expect a potential wall cloud maybe with this potential wall cloud. This is going south of Deerfield, so Deerfield you're probably getting some hail and maybe some hard rain. So I think Deerfield and Orchard you're probably good. And there's not really a chance of a tornado yet, but it's a slight chance. But if there's a tornado, it's probably forming like this area. Has slight rotation, not that much, but a little bit. We'll keep an eye on it, but we're gonna head back to our tropical storm now. So, as that seems like it's starting to rotate less more. We'll check in just a minute before it goes crazy if it does. So this is like above the clouds. That's what it's looking like. I don't know really the next time we will be going live. Maybe I don't really know. Like that's normally in the spring you might have an idea when you're gonna go live. You have a day before a outlook. That's not really gonna happen. We're gonna see some. You're gonna see sometimes potential some tornado outbursts to severe weather outbreaks that happened, but we're not going to see those often at all, which is a good thing. But just we're mostly see hurricanes. So then once we get in November and December, it gets pretty quiet. Unless we're repeating December of 2021. The most active December of all time. Let's go check back on our storm that we were watching just a minute ago. And I do think it's producing some bigger hail now. Let's turn. So we have paintball size hail. It's not really that much rotation. So this is for weekends, and it seems a lot weaker, so we'll keep an eye on it just in case it does do anything. Flash flood emergency, you're getting some more rain. And that's, as I mentioned earlier, this will your both rain, most likely miss you. Maybe even some more, which might head towards you. Good thing, probably after that, you might the flash. So I think the flash flood emergency, when you're basically, it seemed like you might get dodged by some of the most significant. This might head off to your south here. This is heading off to your north. But you do have some more to go here. Let me update the banner real quick because it's not really the main topic now. I'm not sure thunderstorm warnings do we have. Alright. Okay. Alright. So we're starting to see some flash flood warnings in South Carolina right now from this rain and how it's kind of like rotating. You know how it rotates around the center. How this is heading kind of in like the southwest right now, kind of rotating around the center. It's gonna drop a lot of rain in these areas and causing flash flooding. So hopefully everybody that's in the path of this rain should be aware of that, and if they do get any warning of some sort, make sure to take it seriously. The tornado threat has been kind of low today. Well, I mean, nothing's really actually happened with the tornadoes. So we really have not have to worry about that. The only really tornadic thing we have to worry about is the storm. Just a minute ago, that was doing. It was looking very impressive until it decided just like the rotation kind of cut off by the rain, and now it's just a hail producer. But I do think it has another opportunity right now. Is this right here potentially something? Wiggins, I do think you're out the hook for a potential tornadic situation. There's like no rotation on, maybe a little some right there, but nothing really at all. We've been live here about an hour covering severe weather and tropical storm Debby that we've been covering for a while. I'm telling you guys, the next time we have a tropical storm or whatever, I'm telling you, I'm gonna say Debby. I've done it with this storm, like I'm saying tropical storm or hurricane barrel. Done that. Sorry. It's gonna be a lot of rainfall in the southern South Carolina area. I don't know how you even is this southern part of South Carolina? And is this the northern part? I've been in South Carolina before many times. So there's some storms out here. Potentially, like they could do something. This has been a severe thunderstorm. No, not a severe thunderstorm. A flash flood warning for a while. I think I saw that a couple hours ago. I'm just going nuts, and that might be something we need to watch. Here west of Statesboro, and if we okay, we're gonna be watching this. Now we see there's kind of potentially a rotating area. Like if we go back, make sure it's just starting to develop a little bit of rotation there. So, favor if you're a meter. This is happening in Georgia. Georgia, I know you hate hearing this. It's been happening for a while. Landfall happened, and it kind of just went over you, and then it just stuck. It just kind of stuck there, and then now it's kind of exiting. But you're still experiencing it. Jefferson Gun. You can see the storms in the distance. See the storms in the distance. So watch them. So that's the storm in the distance. The tropical storm. I mean, it's kind of shaking. Camera's shaking. All of you guys can see it, but I can see it. And it's pretty windy there. So we'll keep that camera up. Okay. There's a little bit of rotation here. Don't we can see the clouds from this camera that we're watching. Hopefully they have it turned this direction, which I do think it does, because as you can see, the clouds on there. Set back to our flash flood emergency, and they're already to Maria. That's wild. Alright. Or Typhoon. What is the name? They're already to Maria. Well, or is that just the western? Okay. But it's kind of crazy what's happening in the Pacific. A lot of storms, but just let's go to our potentially catastrophic situation happening south of Masonville. Do you think the flash flood emergency is kind of lucky because they missed the hard rain up here, but you have a lot more hard rain. This could potentially be coming your way if you're in that flash flood emergency. Covering this for just a little bit. You do have Masonville. You probably do need to at least be aware of the situation. It's not that far from you. Center of Masonville is about like a mile away. So check on our storm that was kind of rotating, but then I do think there's a chance it could do something. Like, there's possibility. I do think now it could try. Just need to watch. Not that much, but kind of tiny bits of rotation. Nothing really too significant. So you probably don't really need to be worried about it. Hopefully in the flash flood emergency, they don't get really that much more hard rain. It definitely seems like there is a lot more rain still to come. Kind of this area kind of went through it and just probably dumped a bunch of rain and take off the camera. Is there a camera in this specific area? I don't think so. Let's head back to our tropical storm. We do have a tornado watch. Just not any tornadoes. Thank you for everybody who's been subscribing. Seems like are you too short? I post this video. No, this earlier is doing good. we need more subscribers and stuff. So like, in case like a very major, like a bad hurricane, like a major hurricane comes through, if, like let's say they live in Florida and let's say somebody lives here and a hurricane's coming to their location. They'll know if we go out. So we need to get information. Not everybody knows about Ryan Hall Yawns. Yeah, there's a lot of rain. I wouldn't be shocked if we see a flash flood emergency in this area. It's just dumping rain heading this direction. A bunch of rain. Yeah, you can see the heads on the shore. So back to our flash flood emergency. It's been some rain right now. And that's making the situation worse, which is not good at all. So back to the storm. Which this storm was looking impressive for a second. It looked like it could have done something. And we might have another situation again. You can definitely see that's like a hook. And we have another storm that we need to watch for. It's not looking good for the area. And that was not it. And it does, I think it's starting to return a little bit. We need to keep an eye on this very closely. Doesn't seem like in the area though. This storm when you watch very closely as well. This one has a hook on it. So that's there. Seems like we have just like big gust of winds here. You're about to see every single comment that's happened in this stream. So I'm just gonna redo that. So we definitely need to keep an eye on these storms because they could do something. Maybe there's some hail right now. This one. Do we have a tornado threat for this area? Do we even? No, that. I feel like we should at least have a 2% chance because they saw if this was happening. No. There's a 2% chance in like the safe area. You have 5% chance of tornadoes over there. So we haven't seen a single tornado in this entire stream. I thought we would have. Let's keep an eye on the storm. Like it looks impressive for a second, and then immediately goes back to just being. We could need to watch the storm too, but it's not really favorable environment, so. So it could be severe thunderstorm. But it was kind of a little tense there for a second for the storms. We have more flash flood warnings and they're considerable, so we might see another flash flood emergency come through. I do think it's possible. You see some considerable flash flood. There's more rain coming. And there's flash flood warnings in the area. We're see probably many significant flash flooding in these areas. We definitely need to watch that. It'll make landfall probably around 1:30 a.m. early this morning if you're in South Carolina. We have a flash flood warning in Kentucky. Where is this? We have flash flooding all over the country. Crazy. So, Broadhead and Mount Vernon in Kentucky. So there's flash flooding happening all over the country. It's not just Colorado. It's just not South Carolina. It's not just Delaware. It's not, and there's Kentucky. Yeah, Kentucky and too. It's let's go to the excessive rainfall today. Let's see, yeah, the high risk here, and then you do have a risk in the air with flash flood emergencies. We do have a high risk if you're north of Myrtle Beach. I probably would have done a high risk in this area as well. A good thing they're under a moderate risk. Because of like the storms, no, not the storms, like all the rain coming through, probably going to cause very bad flash flooding happening. We have a high risk. We've had, I think, a couple days in a row in a high risk, and then we have a high risk tomorrow. Just giving you guys a reminder, we won't be live probably again for Tropical Storm Debby. This will be the last one on our stream. You can manage your profile. Hey, profile. Getting that little logo and it's crazy. Orangeburg, you're under a flash flood warning. Start with the rainfall, and we do have another high risk tomorrow. See, might be shocked we have potentially another day of another high risk. So if you're in any of these high risks, you need to be like aware of the situation. We've been dealing with flash flooding for a while now. Probably the last live stream in a while. Kind of just want to go cover the Tropical Storm Debby for like the last time before landfall. Alright. Let's update the counter. Haven't done it in a minute. fall's gonna be like for like at least an hour. Kind of a little over because of the flash flood emergency and all this, and it's not gonna be the longest live stream though. We'll probably go for a little longer. Hopefully everybody's okay in a flash emergency. If you're still not on your top floor, make sure you are. You make sure that of that. So we probably won't be live as much, really, for the month because how like not active gonna be in the severe weather, but we will probably be live many times for tropical storms making landfall. We've had about 4 landfalls. You had tropical storm Alberto. You had tropical storm Chris. You had tropical Hurricane Debby. You had Hurricane Beryl, Alberto, Chris, and Debbie have all made the landfall. It's not the most accurate pass. Good thing Beryl was so fast because if it was like actually slow, we could have been dealing with a potential a major hurricane get landfall in Texas. Do you think there's probably at least like a couple inches of storm surge right now? Well, be a little higher, maybe to like at least 3 feet. No, well, it's probably at most 3 feet. Let's go back to our flash flood emergency. And if you get some rain, just stay on the top floor because you're going to see rain. And then like after you're done with this area, have not really any rain at all. That seems like at least right now. I've been working on updating the system. Let me show you guys. But so I've been working on stuff right now for upgrading stuff, and it's work in progress right now, as you saw. Let's go back to Radar Omega. We might look at that one more time, but that's gonna be I'm working on just to make it probably more better. It's good now, but I'm gonna try to make it better. It's hard with one computer, you know. So Denver. Oh, I accidentally just made a big noise. Denver, you'll see some rain soon coming for you. Might see some sprinkles right now, but you have one. The mountains. Wonder if Ryan Holloway's camera will be going back on us. It'll be very useful if like there's a severe weather event happening in like eastern Kentucky, which we could use if that does happen. Alright, we're gonna look at the GFS, and then we're probably gonna end the stream off. go look at the GFS. Or have. I don't think we have. But we could just turn it off. GFS model. Here's Tropical Storm Debby. As it's going to move up, you're going to have more systems moving through, more severe weather. Right, I was watching Ryan Holleyall's video earlier. And wait, okay, that's just the same. There was a system that popped up, potentially we could see, but that's the GFS. Could see another severe weather system up there in Canada, seems like. Not so confident that we'll see another hurricane soon. It's just pretty quiet since everybody's been forecasting a very active hurricane season. I thought we've already been past Debby, but it seems like we're not having the most active. We're still at the beginning of August, so we're gonna see more hurricanes and tropical storms. And yeah, that's about it. I'll see you guys in the next stream or video. So these are all the comments that have happened in the stream. I'll see you guys in the next one. We might see more tropical storms, more hurricanes. It might be a while before we're even live, so saying last goodbyes to y'all. Because we might not even be live again for a little bit. Okay, see you guys later. 6:19. Bye.